It's the NFL on EA Sports. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' superstar cornerback. He's one of the last guys you want to target in coverage. It's the Raiders and the Broncos, next on Madden Football.
It's the National Football League, presented by... Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
And he's got to be feeling pretty good about his individual performance from last week's game. I mean, did throw 4 touchdown passes, so he's in sync with his receivers, and they're very confident. Did have 1 interception.
Yeah, the 1 pick.
And...
they lost.
Yeah, so no matter how many touchdowns he threw, if it comes in a loss, he's not going to be satisfied.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Up the middle they go. Timmons up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded at the 7. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback, a day 3 selection in this year's draft.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Throwing to start the drive. Scruggs. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down. From the 41, here's second down at 7. The CD, you know, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Scruggs. Quick hitter here, it's complete. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Now, you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw it right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
In motion, the tight end. Now a handoff up the middle. Goodrich. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Back to throw. Scruggs. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Raiders offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. Now, he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December, and he sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Up the middle they go. Goodrich. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Scruggs. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line. Back to throw. Scruggs. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, now how about this return? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Broncos offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their second possession. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, so to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Looking to throw. Freeman. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Inside the 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. But a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick six, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So the Broncos coming out now. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Freeman. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Freeman. He's got White here. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
It's caught. This is White. He'll get it inside the 20. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back to throw. Freeman. Well, that'll be incomplete. Boy, took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And this one is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3. This one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Second and goal from inside the 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been one of the most consistent pieces of their offense all year long, no doubt. Shouldn't be much of a surprise then to see him among the league leaders in rushing here late in the season. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Now they'll change things up. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's able to get it to Coleman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Off the play fake. Scruggs. It's caught by Coleman. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 12-yard line.
2nd and 1. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Looking to throw. Scruggs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game. And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This is 2nd and 8. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. That's complete to White. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Timmons. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun. Freeman. And the Raiders have got him. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Back to throw. Freeman. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the side. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive, because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Up the middle they go. Goodrich. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 63 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Goodrich, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Denver's offense ready to go again. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They'll run on 1st down. Goodrich. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts. And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
It's 4th down.
They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll try and run for it. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
17-yard line.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Bronco defense comes up big. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Freeman. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. Here comes 2nd down. Looking to throw. Freeman finds White. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Again, he'll drop to throw. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to have a Raider 1st down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 15.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover.